The road to the 2020 Kentucky Derby continues. Let's get you up to date on the latest contenders, some speed figure updates, and also the favorites from William Hill in Vegas as they continue to have the winter book for the 2020 Kentucky Derby. Remember, hit like and smash that subscribe button as we lead you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Let's start with some Risen Star news. We have two horses pointing from the most recently concluded Lecomte Stakes. It looks like Enforceable, the full brother to Mohe Men, he's going to be pointing to the Lecomte, and also Mr. Monomoy, who ran third in the Lecomte Stakes. It looks like the early target for his next race will be the Risen Star, and still a possibility that Independence Hall, if he does not go to the Sam Davis, he may ship and wait 1 week to go to Louisiana to run in the Risen Star, a 50-point race versus a 10-point race for the Sam Davis. Thousand Words continues to work out west. He's pointing for the Robert Lewis Stakes, and he looks to be favored in that one. I have a feeling we'll see a stablemate, High Velocity, who also has a 6 furlong and 5 furlong workout recently. Remember, he was only a length back in third in the Los Al Futurity, and he was coming on the short turnaround out of the Bob Hope. Tiz the Law had a second work back, and he is pointing for the Holy Bull Stakes. As he gets ready, he'll probably be the favorite in that race, although that race is coming up pretty tough. We'll take a look at some of the other contenders and early nominations in just a moment. Nadal got a 98 Beyer speed figure for his fast win on Sunday. The cleverly named son for the former tennis star, Nadal, picked up a 98 Beyer speed figure. He won by almost 5 lengths. And the runner-up in that race also earned a 90 Beyer speed figure, so we'll see if that's a productive race. He did open up at William Hill on Tuesday at 16-1 odds, so very low odds on Nadal if you think he's going to take the run for the roses. Meanwhile, Tiz the Law, still the William Hill favorite in Vegas at 8-1, and second favorite is Independence Hall at 10-1 at William Hill. Of course, the second round of the Kentucky Derby Futures coming up from Twin Spires, and that'll be coming up in just a couple of weeks. It'll be the same weekend as the Sam F. Davis Stakes and a week after the Holy Bull. Smarty Jones Stakes on Friday, and still no early defections from that race. Of course, Lynn's Map, who entered in the Lecomte Stakes, he is going to be testing 3 Technique on Friday, opening day at Oaklawn Park. Honor AP, finally back on the work tab. He had not worked out since December the 29th. He had a workout on Monday, and just a 3 furlong workout. So that's almost, going on 20 days without a workout there. It'll be interesting to see if he can get back in time for the San Felipe. I think they had kind of built him up ready to race, so it'll be interesting to see where Honor AP, if he waits for the San Felipe or if he wants to maybe try that Sunland Derby route later on this spring. High Velocity, again, back on the work tab on Monday for Bob Baffert. And again, I think he's going to the Robert Lewis. Dennis Moment had his second work back. He's pointing for the Fountain of Youth at the end of February. And Dale Romans, of course, he's 2 for 4. Disappointed in the Breeders' Cup as the favorite as he broke slow out of the gate. But now he's got 2 5 furlong workouts, and he'll continue to point for the Fountain of Youth at Gulfstream Park. King Meister, a maiden special weight winner a couple of weeks back, he is early nominated for the Holy Bull Stakes. The rest of the nominations are also out. It looks like Greenlight Go is going to go for the Swale Stakes. He's going to start out in a 7 furlong race. Adjaweed also nominated for the Holy Bull. And here's a name you may not have been paying attention for. We have a couple of Louisiana breds that are getting some notice this spring. It was No Parole, upping his record for 2 for 2. Of course, he dominated a couple of races at the fairgrounds. And meanwhile, Relentless Dancer, a son of midshipman, and he won at Delta Downs by 10 lengths and at Churchill Downs by 9 lengths. He's a Louisiana bred. He's been working out in January, trained by Michael Maker. He is nominated to that Holy Bull Stakes, so we'll see if they come back off a layoff. He hasn't run since October, if they're going to maybe go right into the fire of that Holy Bull, or maybe try to get an allowance race and then maybe hit the Risen Star or the Louisiana Derby in that third leg, and they could possibly go to Oaklawn Park as well, or even some of the Tampa Bay races. But if you haven't watched Relentless Dancer, he dominated a couple of races last fall at Delta Downs and at Churchill Downs, 10 and 9 length victories. Who are some of the unknown radar horses that you're looking at? Leave a comment below. Also, do you think Tiz the Law will be favored in the Holy Bull? Let's get your comments and hit subscribe as we lead you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby.